a quick mention of some of the markets around the region. It's actually been a pretty awful start. When you look at the Japanese market and the Shanghai Composite Index, which has just started trading a couple of moments ago, you've actually got the Nikkei Index down now 2.4%, the Shanghai Composite off more than 1.5%. So that leaves the Nikkei below 14,000 and actually the Composite below 2,000 points. So let's just see how our market and if our market can hold on to its gains into the lunchtime session, just noting that that's going on around the region. Now, moving on from markets, something a bit more colourful, I suppose, for you. A big glass box. We've got a big red couch and a couple of CEOs as well. Put it all together, and that's what Sydney-siders were greeted with in the CBD over the weekend. As they found out, that was all for a good cause. Sky News business reporter Nigel Freitas has a story for us.
B is just 24 years old, but behind her young face lies a grim truth. She knows just what it's like to be homeless.
That label means so many different things to different people, but ultimately for me it meant that I actually didn't belong anywhere.
Like many of the over 44,000 homeless young people, B's journey began by sleeping on couches.
There was a point in my life when I actually had nowhere else I could go, so I started staying on friends' couches.
And her experience isn't unique. Many people not aware that couch surfing is often the first step in a cycle of youth homelessness. Many young people leaving their unsafe homes to stay with friends, but eventually running out of couches to sleep on.
I had no idea that this was a form of homelessness until a friend actually pointed out that I couldn't stay on her couch anymore.
And that's why on a Sunday afternoon in Sydney, business leaders are sitting on a red couch in a glass box to raise awareness of the issue.
This issue continues to fly under the radar. The fact that we're close to an election and no one's talking policy or targets to reduce homelessness is something that which needs to be addressed.
It's called the Couch Project. It launches today and participants are asked to fundraise and sleep on the couch themselves. MYOB CEO Tim Reid, just one of those taking part.
I think I'll be fine. It's only an hour, and for me that will come and go. The issue though is for many people that's not the case. That they live like this every night, trying to find another couch and another couch the night after that.
The Couch Project is an initiative of the Oasis Youth Support Network, run by the Salvation Army. The group provides accommodation, training and counselling services to at-risk young people. Now, last year the project raised around $35,000. This year they're hoping to beat that target.
So anyone who raises over $100 at www.thecouchproject.com.au gets a pair of these beautiful socks, and anyone who raises $400 gets a beautiful onesie outfit, which will certainly be something that will be popular in the bedroom.
And for B, those much needed dollars could help turn young lives around.
What Oasis has given me is a bed, food and support, but ultimately I've been able to find family and purpose.
You can make a donation or sign up as a fundraiser by visiting the website thecouchproject.com.au. The campaign runs until the beginning of October. Nigel Freitas, Sky News Business, Sydney.
And actually, after filing that report, Nigel Freitas went into the glass box and spoke with MYOB CEO Tim Reid.
We're here to help raise awareness of youth homelessness. So we're here to support Oasis, which is a part of the Salvation Army, and it's the Salvation Army's arm that really deals with youth homelessness in Sydney. And they're doing this to raise awareness of the fact that youth homelessness is a significant issue in our community. It often goes unseen because not many young people sleep rough, so not many of them are sleeping in parks or on park benches, but it's a significant problem with over 44,000 people under 24 without a home every night.
So it seems to me the key message is, and I didn't know this, a lot of this starts with young people sleeping on their friends' couches, and although they're not on the streets, they are still in fact homeless.
Absolutely. In fact, almost all youth that we see at Oasis start with couch surfing, and that's a term, and many of them will couch surf for years, and they'll just move from one friend's couch to another, constantly seeking out people where they think they might be able to spend a couple of nights, couple of weeks, every morning waking up and having to pack every one of their belongings and take it with them as they go out for the day, but hoping to find another couch for that night.
Now, you're on the board of Oasis, I understand. Why does this issue of homelessness and youth homelessness in particular speak to you?
I am on the board. I've been on the board for just over a year now, and I think Oasis is an amazing foundation. I mean, the work that they do with young people, from young parents to helping kids get a driver's licence. If you don't have a parent, how do you get the hours up that you now require to get a driver's licence? Through TAFE programs, through to emergency accommodation that they provide. It is a genuinely amazing organisation. I think it really speaks to me because I think as a community we need to invest in young people. We need to make sure that they have the foundations such that they can go on and be strong members of our community. And so much of what we become is set when we're young. Our expectations, our hopes, our dreams, are all set in those years. And these young people aren't couch surfing because they choose to. You're not homeless if you can choose to go home the next night. And so they are right at the formative years. And I think it's just really important that we all get involved and help them where we can.
Now, you were also part of the CEO Sleep Out for Vinnie's, and many of our audience would have seen that on the Business Channel as well. Is this this kind of charity work, is this coming from you, or is this an MYOB initiative?
I was part of the CEO Sleep Out. No, this is very much me. I think I get a lot of support from the organisation. In fact, at the CEO Sleep Out, we raised $24,000, and that was the MYOB team who was supporting me in doing that. But it's very much something that that I do and that's important to me. But I do get a ton of support from the MYOB team.
Now, raising awareness sounds a bit like a kind of a fluffy term, Tim. How do you actually measure raising awareness?
Well, look, I think that it is really trying to lift it in the minds of people in the community, and I don't think we've got a hard metric on which we can do there. We're also trying to raise money, thecouchproject.com.au, for anyone who would like to donate, and that is obviously a hard metric that we can measure the success of how much money we raise for Oasis. But the goal of raising awareness is a very important one, because it does take a whole community to tackle something like homelessness, and that includes businesses, and thus the importance that I think for business leaders to be aware of and involved in these sorts of projects, because business plays a part in solving them as well.
All right, stay with us here on Sky News Business. We've got Lunch Money coming up. James Jagger Nixon in the chair and Peter Esho from Invast, so do stick around.